Hi, my name is Ahmed Moussa, and this is an individual education plan for a Year 7 student with mild intellectual disability. Student information, name is Adam, age 12 years, class 7A, diagnosis, mild intellectual disability, diagnosed at age 7. Intellectual disability, previously known as mental retardation, is an neurodevelopmental condition characterized by significant limitations in intellectual functioning, like reasoning or problem solving, and adaptive behavior, like social and practical skills, which emerge before adulthood. The ID could be mild, moderate, severe, or profound. Individuals of intellectual disability comprise about 2% of general population. Most of them have mild cognitive impairment. Child with intellectual disability encounter learning difficulties in the areas of language, reasoning, memory, reading, writing, and number skills. They also struggle with self-regulation and interpersonal communication. Although the social attitude towards people with intellectual disability is generally positive, those children still find difficulty to have friends. The main reason of this difficulty is more frequently due to their irritative behavior rather than due to being disabled. Therefore, they need targeted social skills training. The classroom context of this boy. The class is a Year 7 class in suburban Melbourne. The class size is 25 students. All students belong to second generation of immigrant families from different parts of the world, mainly Afghanistan, Burma, India, and Bangladesh, among others. Adam is generally accepted among his peers. However, he experiences some friendship issues, mainly due to his temper tantrums. A differentiation plan for Adam. Differentiation is and teaching is to cater for individual learning needs of the student. Before planning a modified lesson, teacher should be aware of the student's learning profile, which includes strengths, interests, learning needs, and relevant education history. Information should be gathered through diagnostic pre-tests, informal assessments, surveys, communicating with the family, and also record provided by the previous schools. The learning profile of Adam. Um, First, the strengths. For the practical problem solving, he excels in hands-on tasks like science experiments and art projects. For collaborative learning, he thrives in structured group activities with clear roles. Routine adherence, he performs with predictable schedules and repetitive tasks. His interests, he is interested in gardening, cooking, and visual art. He also enjoys tactile and kinesthetic activities like building models and interactive games. His learning needs, um, he needs simplified language, requires instructions broken into 2 to 3 steps with visual aids like pictograms and diagrams. He needs also memory support because he struggles with retaining names, facts, and multi-step information. He benefits from frequent repetitions and guided practice. For functional skill development, he needs explicit teaching of daily living skills like time management and using a plan. His academic challenges in reading, he struggles with spelling, and reading fluently. Difficulties in understanding written text, and also slow reading speed. In writing, he has poor handwriting and trouble forming letters. difficulty organizing thoughts on a paper, struggles with grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure. Also, he has frequent spelling errors. For numeracy application, he has problems with basic arithmetics like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And also, he finds transferring math skills to real-world context challenging without concrete examples. His relevant education history: in primary school, he attended a specialist school with a focus on functional curriculum, including weekly life skills sessions and modified literacy and numeracy programs using hands-on materials. Transition to secondary school. Currently, he needs a peer mentor to assist with local organization and timetable navigation. Also, simplified assessment rubrics with visual progress trackers. Setting SMART goals. SMART goals represent a framework of setting clear and effective objectives in education and other fields. SMART is an acronym, stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. This approach helps ensure that goals are clearly defined and trackable, increasing the likelihood of success. For Adam, we will set an annual goal and three short-term specific goals. For the annual goal, by the end of the school year, Adam will demonstrate improved independence and skill in written communication, numeracy, and social interaction. Specifically, he will independently write complete sentences using planning tools, accurately account and represent monetary amounts, and actively participate in group work using support and prompts, as measured by teacher assessment and observation across the academic year. He is expected to demonstrate 80% mastering of the above-mentioned skills. For the short-term goals, the first goal on writing skills. By the end of term one, Adam will independently write 5 complete sentences on a familiar topic using a graphic organizer to plan ideas, with correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation in at least 4 out of 5 writing tasks, as measured by the teacher assessment and writing samples. The curriculum link for this goal uh, um, is level 4 literacy skill, and this descriptor says create and reread to edit short written and or multimodal text, to report on a topic, express an opinion, or recount a real or imagined event using grammatically correct simple sentences, some topic-specific vocabulary, sentence boundary punctuation, and correct spelling of some one and two syllable words. Accommodations to achieve this goal. Firstly, explicit instruction. The targeted skills should be taught in a pre-planned manner. Lessons are sequenced carefully and broken down into small steps. Adam should be clearly informed about what is expected from him. Next, mediated scaffolding. The teacher moves gradually from educator-guided to more learner-guided approach. Next, frequent assessment. Short periodic tests to ensure that Adam has mastered the skill and to move forward to the next step to add more instructions when required. Also, practice is very important. Once the skill is initially mastered, more practice is very important. The second goal is on numeracy. By the end of term 2, Adam will be able to count a large collection of coins by making groups, like counting the coins in a money box by sorting the 5 cent, 10 cent, and 20 cent pieces into $1 groups. He will demonstrate the amount of money in a collection, including both notes and coins, using basic counting principles and the standard form of writing dollars and cents in decimal formats to two decimal places, demonstrating 80% accuracy in four out of five trials. The curriculum link for this goal lies under Level 5 numeracy skill, number sense, and algebra, understanding money. And the descriptor says recognize and extend the application of place value to tenths and hundredths and use the conventions of decimal notation to name and represent decimals. Sorry. Accommodations for this goal. First, systematic and explicit instructions again. Break down the skill into small, manageable steps like sorting coins, grouping by value, counting groups, writing amounts in decimal forms, and teach each step explicitly. Also, he will benefit from manipulatives. Use real or play coins and notes for sorting, grouping, and counting activities. Physical handling of money helps reinforce concepts and support understanding. The accommodations, we'll continue with the accommodations. The visual aid incorporate diagrams, charts, and graphic organizers to show how coins are grouped and how amounts are written in decimal format. Also, it is important to contextualize the teaching, relate money counting tasks to real life situations like shopping and saving to increase motivation and functional understanding. The third goal is on social communication, peer interaction. By the end of term 3, Adam will initiate and respond to peers during structured group work using a scripted prompt card, achieving 80% independence in 4 out of 5 sessions. The curriculum link for this is understand relationships, identify ways to care for others, including ways of making and keeping friends. Accommodations for this task, um, explicit teaching, of course, structured classroom-based social skills programs significantly improve social skill in students with intellectual disability. Lessons should be frequent, focused, and use clear modeling and practice of target behavior like initiating and responding in group work. Scripted prompt card, providing Adam with a prompt card containing simple specific phrases or questions helps scaffold his interactions and build independence over time. Structured group activity, use small predictable group tasks where Adam can practice initiating and responding with adults or peers, gently prompting as needed. Gradually fade prompts to encourage independence. Immediate positive feedback is very important. Reinforce successful initiation and responses with a specific praise or reward to motivate um, continued effort and skill use. Engaging methods like incorporating play-based activities or educational videos to make social skills practice enjoyable and meaningful. This plan should be reviewed uh, once every term in week 9 by the committee members, which include a parent, special educational staff, English teacher, and math teacher. Thank you very much for listening.